What's up, guys? How's it going? Just wait for a few people to get in here. Looks like we got about 40 people in the chat. What's up, everybody? Hope you're having a good evening. I just thought I'd go live for a bit, hang out, take some questions, and chat and hang out with you guys because I felt like it. How's everyone doing? See, we got Australia in the house, Arizona, Port Coquitlam, Dirt Garage in the house. How's everybody doing? Don't got my camera switch, still running the GoPro, but I've got a new webcam coming tomorrow I'm going to try. Hey, Eli, how's it going? What's everyone up to? It's weird being in the live stream by myself. Haven't done this for a while. What we got here? Overland, Underland, Snoopy Jeep. My wife's in the chat. What's up, wife? Is it cold everywhere where everyone is? It's supposed to be about minus 10, minus 12, something like that here tonight. A little bit cold. Cold. Just got in from a fire, roasted smoky in the snow up a mountain. The usual. Yeah, Eli. That's what I'm talking about. I'm staying in here in my my hoodie. I got my Con, the Blue Gorilla hoodie on. Available at dirtyanddangerous.com. Arizona, 70s and sunny. That's where I want to be. If the border was open, I would be definitely in Arizona. I heard Arizona winters are the best. Minus 30 in Edmonton. That's crazy. Chilliwack in the house. Ryan. Glad your friend recommended the channel. That's awesome. Stray Line Outdoors. Have you tried out the Russian tent yet? Yes, I did. I tried it out on the weekend. Russian fire tent. It was good. It's a pretty easy setup. But the only problem with a fire in the tent to keep warm is after a couple of hours, the fire goes out. And you got to get out of bed and put more wood in the fire and restart the fire. So it was actually pretty cold. Wasn't super thrilled about the workflow on that camp trip. Probably going back to the rooftop tent for the next one. Hopefully I'll get my new camera going for tomorrow for Flex Friday. I think we're doing Flex Friday tomorrow. I got a new microphone. That's exciting. Minus 17 Fahrenheit in North Dakota. That's cold, I think. Thoughts on the 2021 Bronco? You know, it's cool. Dave says, thanks for creating excellent content. Thanks for watching, man. Appreciate it. Mike sounds great. Thank you, Clint. Good to know. Black Sheep Jeep. What happened to the old camera? Using the same camera still. It just works again. Is that a new sign? This sign? No, that's been there for a while. I actually just kind of renovated my office, made my desk a little bigger. Let's see here. Move the camera around a little bit. New desk. Hopefully this camera doesn't fall over now. Fell over. I thought it would be smart to like suction cup the camera to the desk. Didn't really work out that well because it's not glass. Who would have thought? Yeah, somehow this camera's still working. I'm not buying a TRX. That's a very expensive truck to buy, to operate. It's fun to drive, super fun to drive, but definitely not going to be getting one anytime soon. Are you vlogging? Yes, I'm vlogging. Vlogging live right now. Bryce wants to know if we have a dog. No, we don't have a dog. Travel too much. Too much work. Okay, camera. My tripod's in the Jeep somewhere, so I use my suction cup mount on the desk. It's not working out too good, though. Dave wants to know if the Mavic 2 Pro is the way to go for a drone. It's probably the best drone that you can buy still, I think, even though it's a year or so old, as far as video quality, because it's got that 1-inch sensor Hasselblad lens. I think it's a Hasselblad lens. I don't know. It's a good drone. Gets good footage. I like it. Come on, man. Really? Is that what we're doing? Camera's just going to keep falling over on me? All right. That's fine. As long as it doesn't melt and freeze on me, I guess. Are we going to talk about the fall and are you okay? I don't think most of these guys know about the fall because I only posted that to my friends. But I was coming home from camping the other day and I slipped on my stairs and fell down my stairs. And it hurt pretty bad. You know what? Maybe I'll let me load up the video on my phone here. We'll just show everybody. Let's see if I can find it. This is what you not want to do when you get home after the weekend. You know, get to the house, you just want to relax, and then you fall down the stairs. Let's see if I can find it. All right, camera. I'm gonna prop this thing up with some stuff. This is getting ridiculous. Adventurango, huge fan. Your production quality is top notch. Building my Dodge Durango 4x4 for off-roading, overlanding right now. Thanks for the super chat, man. Appreciate it. Where are we? Okay. Okay. Here we go. Yeah. All right. You guys ready for this? Yeah. Good times. Oh, it didn't show it. It stopped. All right. One sec here. All right. Here we go. Yeah. Yeah. Good times. Ow. Ow is right. Don't fall down the stairs. Just a bruise. All good. I will live. It's actually the second time I've done that, so there you go. Yeah. I have grip strips on the stairs too, just because I know that these wooden stairs are slippery. But I was wearing my camping boots and I missed it by that much. Stepped in just the wrong spot. Felt like I was in Home Alone or something, trying to break into the house. Somebody put slime on the stairs. Urgh. Steve Crocker wants more videos with Dirt Garage. Me too. What mic mount are you using on your grab handle? I'm not sure what that means, Rick. On my grab handle? Mic mount? Are you talking about this mic, or are you talking about on my camera? You're probably talking about on my camera. I think. I don't know. Let me know. I'll come back to your question. Justin wants to know, do you have digital trail maps? What device do you use, or do you just use a good old Backroads map book? Yeah, I don't really use anything digital for as far as finding trails or anything. I mostly just explore or word of mouth for trails, and I have a Backroads map book. Actually, I don't want to touch the camera. Oh, you can see it. There's a map on the wall behind me that's actually a giant Backroads map book for all of the Lower Mainland. So if I'm not familiar with where a trail is, sometimes I go back there and figure it out. Rick, Jeep, your mic hangs off your A-pillar grab handle. You're talking about the mic for my radio. It's actually just a little hook with a sticky mount on the back that came with the radio, and I've wrapped electrical tape around it to hold it onto the A-pillar stronger. That's it. Nothing special. Electrical tape. How do you make so much money? I don't. Do you have any plans to come down to Washington and wheel? Yeah, absolutely. As soon as the borders open, definitely. Wyatt, good question. How tall is your ceiling? Because it looks like you're only a foot away from the top. This is not a tall ceiling at all. I can show you. You can see it. Hopefully you guys can see me. Yeah, it's like that much from my head. Not a very tall ceiling. But I'm in a loft in my garage, which is where my office is. So that's why it's not a normal-sized room. Gaia GPS is pretty good. I do use Gaia for tracking. I've started to track my routes with Gaia. How tall are you? I'm 5'11". So my ceiling's probably like 5'12". Do you prefer Epic Journey or Epic Destination or both? I think Epic Journey. Epic Destination is like a bonus. But for me, it's all about the journey. The challenges along the way. But if you can get both, it's money. I've never been to Alberta. No, wait, that's not true. I've been to Alberta. I've been to the Rockies, gone through Banff and that, but I haven't been to any cities in Alberta. Hopefully I'll drive across Canada at some point. I'd like to know where some good wheeling is in Alberta, because I haven't done any wheeling over there. So, but I know a couple of guys who live in Alberta. So maybe we'll get out and do some wheeling in Alberta sometime this year if we're allowed to go to Alberta and all that. You and Casey make a great pair. Thanks, Dave. Casey's a good dude. It's fun to hang out with. Will you ever do any giveaways? We do giveaways all the time. Come hang out tomorrow for Flex Friday, and maybe we'll give some stuff away. We got lots of new merch at dirtyanddangerous.com, so maybe we'll give away a shirt or something tomorrow. We got these hoodies. We got the new Dirty and Dangerous hoodies. We just upgraded all the hoodies, actually. These are really, really nice material. These strings for the hoods are nicer, softer, a little longer. So definitely, if you're in the market for a hoodie, we got some good ones now. Maybe we'll give one away tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. Have you rebuilt your suspension yet? Some of your videos see your Jeep has been rebounding lots. Nope, not yet. Waiting for parts. Hard to get a lot of parts right now because a lot of factories are shut down because of COVID and whatnot. So I do have a whole new suspension coming from Terraflex. A bunch of really cool stuff. So we're going to be basically ripping the whole truck apart and rebuilding it. So that's coming up, in the next few months, and we're going to do lots of cool stuff. The Trail Wrecker's actually over in the shop right now because we're in the middle of installing a bunch of stuff. So electrical stuff and whatnot. Dual battery. Why is Flex Friday on Thursday? Because I'm a funny guy. And it's probably Friday somewhere. That's why. Actually, originally it was going to be on Friday, and then Casey said he was only available on Thursdays, but I'd already made all the graphics, so that's the real reason. Sorry for confusing everybody. But it doesn't really matter. King had a 12-week wait for shocks. Yeah, well, the wait's longer than that for a lot of stuff. How cold have you been camping in? -15, I think, was the coldest. In the video, deep into the ice. We were up on a mountain, went up to a fire tower. Luckily, we had a fire tower with a wood stove to stay in. But when we got there, everything was crystal, covered in ice. It was all sparkly. So we got the wood stove going and got pretty toasty in there. But I don't recommend it. 91 people in the stream. Thanks for coming to hang out, guys. Hey, Curtis. How's it going? Yeah, I'm not answering that. It's a trick question. Incognito, happy birthday, and thank you. Appreciate it. Kyle wants to know, best piece of overlanding gear you could recommend for family camping? Been loving the Jackery lately. Jackery 1000 battery box. Can do so much with it. It's one of those things where before I had it, I didn't really think it was something that I needed, but now that I have it, I don't really want to go out without it. You should do a walk-around video of all the battle wounds your Jeep has been through. Let me tell you, that would be a long video because there's not a whole lot of paint left on the truck. The Jackery cannot jumpstart a vehicle. It's not designed for that. It's designed for running things that need pure sine wave power and high wattage. I have a separate little jumper box for if I need to boost the battery, but I've never had a problem with my battery running out. We're putting in a second so the Gladiator comes with 2 batteries and the JL as well. One for starting because it's got the stop-start system, and one for I don't know what each one does. But the start-stop battery is this tiny little battery. So right now we're replacing that with 2 full-size batteries. So I shouldn't be running out of power anytime soon. And then later we're going to install a big lithium battery in the back of the truck, and use some cool red art gear to set that up for accessories. So that's fun. I've got a pile of stuff to install into the truck. Mrs. Waffle, will you ever have another channel for something else? Maybe. Best recovery tool: strap, winch, or winch. Winch and traction boards are probably the best tools you can have for self-recovery, which is most important to me. I keep seeing this question: do you have a normal job or do you do YouTube only? No, I've been doing YouTube full time for a year now. So blessed. Thank you everybody for subscribing. Be my co-driver at King of the Hammers. What are you driving at King of the Hammers? Are you driving something cool? I really want to go to King of the Hammers next year. I think me and Clint and Casey are probably all going to go, assuming the border opens and we can actually go. That would be fun. How much do you make off of YouTube? That's none of your business, man. How much do you make? I make enough to do what I like to do. Yes, kinetic ropes are good. I have a couple different kinetic ropes. I just got a really nice beefy one from Freedom Recovery Gear, one of our sponsors, and I've used it a couple of times now. It's quite nice. Definitely recommend everyone has a kinetic recovery rope. Colton, what other hobbies do you have other than camping, off-roading, or anything you'd like to try? That's a really good question. I'd have to say in the last year since I started doing this full time, I haven't had a whole lot of time for other hobbies, but I play a little Call of Duty here and there. My other hobbies, I don't know. I used to really be into making music, but I just don't really have time for that anymore. Been mostly playing on Xbox. Here, I'll throw my gamer tag into the chat here. If anyone wants to play Black Ops Cold War, just add me. There you go. How do you dry out your tent after a wet trip? Just open it up on the next sunny day. My wife is in the chat asking questions she knows the answer to. Do you like watching Walking Dead? Yes, I do. I like watching, I guess I like watching TV and movies, if you can call that a hobby. It's what I like to do in my downtime. Either play some video games with buddies or chill out and watch some TV, watch a good movie, hang out with my wife and daughter. Thoughts on the Super Bowl Jeep commercial situation? I don't think anyone outside of the United States cares about that. And I'm in Canada, so I don't really have any thoughts on it. I don't even know what it's about. It's some kind of political left-right thing. And in Canada, we really don't care about that stuff. So I'm sorry. No, no offense. Toughest trail you've ever done? I don't run a lot of like really technical trails. I'm more into doing like challenging obstacles or like roads that are messed up from weather, landslides, those kind of challenges. Um, I mean, we don't have a whole lot of rock crawling up here and stuff like that, so it's not really. There's a few really technical trails, but the Gladiator's not really suited for super technical rock crawling. I mean, the hardest trail I've done, it's not like a technical trail, but the Alexander Mackenzie was uh, a challenging trail to get through that requires teamwork and a lot of chainsawing and, you know, that kind of stuff. There's nothing technical about it. It's just a lot of work. But it was also the most fun I've had, I think. The DUI? What's the DUI situation with the Jeep Super Bowl commercial? I haven't followed any of it, so I guess I don't have an opinion. I just saw all this political stuff going on various Jeep groups and stuff because people didn't like the whoever was talking in the commercial or something. I don't know. I don't know anything about that stuff. I hate politics. Try to stay away from that stuff, especially on the channel here. I like to think this is kind of an escape from all of that garbage going on in the world, and we can just focus on having adventures and having fun. When I go out, I like being completely disconnected from the world. Don't have to worry about what's going on. You just focus on the mission, where you're going, how you're getting there, getting your crew there. It's good stuff. Oh, that's a controversy. So Bruce Springsteen was in the commercial, and he'd gotten a DUI a few months earlier, so there's controversy about that. I see. I mean, I don't know. I don't really have an opinion on that. Do you hike? No. I wish I could say I did hike. There's lots of places I'd like to go that are really beautiful that you can hike to, but not in very good shape. And I'm a bit lazy, so I tend to not go anywhere unless there's wheels under me. Um, to be honest, I I don't really do much that doesn't involve off-roading and filming for the channel because this channel is a lot of work. Like this, I spend I probably work 7 days a week most weeks between filming and editing and handling stuff. So I don't have a whole lot of time for other stuff. I'd like to get into some water adventures, like boating or sea doing or something, and exploring coastlines and islands and that kind of stuff. I think that could be some cool content. So that's something I'm kind of working on. Is that something you guys would want to see? What do we rock out to while wheeling? Sound of engines and people talking on the radio. Have you always been into filming and camera work, or did you stumble upon it once you got into off-roading? I've always been into it. I've been doing uh, when I got my first job, whatever that was. I the first thing I ever saved up for was a camcorder. I actually have it sitting here because it's kind of you know it's like the beginning of my journey. But I've been making videos and putting them on the internet since you could make videos and put them on the internet since I was 16 or 17 years old. And I kind of gave up on my dream of being a movie director when I was in school because my family couldn't afford to send me to film school and I didn't want to get a student loan. So I just kind of gave up on that and went and got a real job, so to speak. But I've always been filming stuff just kind of for fun. And, here we are. I guess it's true what they say. If you stick with doing what you love long enough, then it turns into your job. So I feel pretty lucky to be able to do this for a job. It's not really a job. It's super fun. I love meeting people and hanging out with you guys in chats and stuff. Hopefully we can all get, once all this virus stuff goes away, we can all get together and go wheeling. Bill says, I liked in your last video how you added some radio audio between you and Casey. Thanks. That's something I really like to do whenever I see a good opportunity to do it. So my radio has the ability to record to an SD card, so I try to insert those conversations where I can. I think it makes it kind of immersive, so I'm glad people like that. Seen that coming a few times. It's good to see. That's right, Bryce. They say the best jobs don't feel like a job at all. I agree. Juan says, hey, I'm a really big fan, and thanks to your videos, I'm starting to build my own rig now. That's awesome. What are you building? Planning Renfrew to Tofino trip. Is there some wheeling on that trip? My 7-year-old son wants to know what's your favorite movie. My favorite movie. Okay. I have a couple of favorite movies, but I think overall my favorite movie is Mr. and Mrs. Smith. So if you haven't seen Mr. and Mrs. Smith, that's where Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie are both assassins, and then they end up getting assigned to they're also married, and they get assigned to kill each other, and it's kind of like this whole like commentary on marriage. It's hilarious and awesome. I just think it's a brilliant movie. I've probably watched it a dozen times. The firms. I think I have to unsubscribe now. Okay, man. Do what you got to do. You're welcome to have your own favorite movie, man. That's just mine. Baruz, I'm sorry, man. Can't give you that info. Go exploring. That place was pretty cool, though. What are your guys' favorite movies? Let's see some favorite movies in the chat. Another favorite movie of mine is Lost in Translation. If anyone's familiar with that movie. I lived in Japan for 5 years. A lot of you guys probably don't know that, so you can kind of put two and two together there. Oh, I like that movie. Back to the Future, yes. Back to the Future 2 is also one of my favorite movies. Good stuff. Adventure Burger. Yeah, good call. The Beach. Yes, Curtis. Curtis is one of my best friends, and we both love the movie The Beach. If you haven't seen The Beach, great movie. Definitely check out The Beach. Do I recommend you overland a two-wheel drive Chevy Avalanche? Yes. Go for it, man. I want to see the video. Are all the trails you go on legal, or how does it work up in Canada? Yeah, they're all legal. How it works up in Canada is we have what's called Crown land, which is basically public land. Uh, we're really basically free to kind of explore and do what we want out there as long as we stay on the trails. So whatever we're doing, we try and keep within the regulations and whatnot, and not piss anyone off. Although we do sometimes. Happens here and there. Confidence. I haven't heard of that one, Teddy. I'll check it out. Sounds good. Canada's pretty chill as far as wheeling. There's not a whole lot of enforcement as far as, even if you were to break a rule, there's not a whole lot of, nobody really cares. But follow the rules. I do. Mostly. Anyone got any plans this weekend? Going anywhere cool? Did my camera just fall over? Kind of. Still not sure what I'm doing this weekend. Gonna go out and do something. The biggest problem right now is the weather, and especially this week, we've got this Arctic front that's moved in. Super cold. Lots of snow. Ice fishing. That sounds cool. Where do you go ice fishing? I've never done that, and I have no idea where you would go to do ice fishing, but it sounds cool. COVID is shut down. Everything still can't go to government land. Where do you live, Josh? Because luckily that hasn't happened here, but I'm curious what the situation is like in other places. Did you see the pile up on the Coca-Cola today? No, I heard about it. Javin's going hunting in the Swiss Alps. That sounds pretty epic. Anything below zero in the lower mainland's a national emergency. Yeah, maybe for some people. I don't know. I guess if you live out in the city. Does anyone carry protection or guns while you guys wheel for wild bears or whatever you have in Canada? Yeah, we got Sasquatches. Yeah, I carry a 12 gauge with me when I'm going somewhere remote. More for protection against people than animals. I've never even seen an animal, not even once, when I'm camping. I've seen deers. That's about it. Lots of deer. I see more deer at my house than I do camping. You gotta watch out for them Sasquatches, though. They'll get you while you sleep. Just pull you out of your tent and throw you in a lake. Eat your pizza. What kind of beer do you like? I like the Story Till Now Adventure Lager from Burnaby Brewing Company, which I designed the flavor of myself. Pretty good beer, if I do say so myself. Got to go get me some more of that. If you guys are local, make sure you go down to Burnaby Brewing Company and get you some reasonably priced quality beer. Yes, nice plug, right? We should do a bacon beer, eh? Like a bacon infused beer. I know it's been done before, but it kind of makes sense, I feel like. I'm going to give Jesse a call and see if we can work that out. West Harrison to Lillooet to Goldbridge over the Hurley to Pemberton and back on West Harrison. I've done that trip. Basically. It's a good trip. I don't know if I'd go back the way I came, though. Harrison to Lillooet's a long haul. Yeah, we're allowed to carry guns in Canada, as long as you have a license. You have to have a possession and acquisition license. I had to do a course and pass a test, and yeah, it's pretty chill. Once you've done that, you can buy and transport guns. We're not allowed handguns, though. Handguns, you have to have a restricted permit, and then you're only allowed to take them to the range. You can't carry them with you to, like, in the bush or anything. We're allowed rifles and shotguns, basically. But the government just banned a whole bunch of guns. So that is what it is. Come on down to Moab. Absolutely, man. Can't wait to go down to Moab. Once the border opens, it's going to be crazy because we're going to go all over the place. I want to hit the Rubicon. I want to go down to Arizona. I want to go to Moab. I want to go zigzag across the United States. I can't wait to go to Moab. Bryce wants to know if I've hunted before. I haven't hunted myself. I've gone on hunting trips with friends. It's really relaxing hiking around through the forest. It's nice. But I think shooting animals just isn't for me. I'm sure some people enjoy that, but yeah, just not for me. So, but I have no problem with people who enjoy hunting. Would I tow or drive the trail wrecker? I would drive for sure. I'll just road trip everywhere. I've taken my Jeeps, various Jeeps that I've had over the years, all over the place. I don't have anything to tow the Jeep with, so that's also part of the reason I would not tow it, just because I don't have any way to tow it. I don't have a full-size truck or a flat deck. I wanted to get some snow tracks for the Gladiator. I had this idea before winter, and I just didn't have the funds to make it happen. And now everybody is putting snow tracks on everything on YouTube. So, such an expensive thing, though, because you need the tracks, which are like 10 grand, and then you need a flat deck, and you need a full-size truck, because you can't just put them on when you get to the trail. But yeah, everybody, like Stradman just put tracks on a Lamborghini Aventador. That video was out the other day. And they had a Gladiator with them on tracks. All these channels are putting tracks on everything. Stole my idea from my mind that they didn't know was in my mind, but yeah. Seen tracks for $3K? Where, man? The cheapest price I've seen for tracks is about $8K Canadian. Maybe you're talking USD. What brand of traction tracks do you have? I have Max Tracks. And I used to have some knockoff ones from Amazon. I think they were, what were they called? I can't remember. But if you've actually held a set of Max Tracks, which is, the original traction board from Australia or wherever they make those, you can feel the difference in weight of them and just the quality of whatever it is they make them out of. They're extremely high quality, so they're a lot more expensive than all the alternatives. But if you're gonna get some traction boards and you're gonna put them through some abuse, like I do, I would definitely get the official ones, the Max Tracks. That would be my recommendation. But if you're just going to use them here and there, or you need them in case of emergency, whatever. Get some knockoffs or whatever. Whatever you can afford is better than nothing, right? You don't have to have the most expensive gear to go adventuring. Just have something to get you out of trouble. High lift or floor lift jack preference for the trail. I now carry both, but 100% floor jack if for changing flats. I've got the Pro Eagle off-road jack, which has some big wheels on it and is kind of designed for off-road. It has extensions. It's an expensive jack. It's about 500 Canadian. It's probably only a couple $100 American, but amazing jack. One of my favorite things I have. Of course, I've had it for a couple of years now, and I've never had to use it outside of my driveway once. But that's because I haven't killed a tire on the trail. The Nitto Trail Grapplers that I run are very durable tires. Never killed one. Even in the Rockies, Christian from Epic, he killed 2 of his tires. He's got the Ridge Grapplers. They're also Nitto tires, but they're the little bit different tire. He ripped the sidewalls in 2 tires. Haven't done any tires. Haven't killed any tires yet. So, but yeah, I also carry a high lift now. I've had my high lift kind of sitting in my garage for about a year. I decided to stop carrying it because it's heavy and I didn't have anywhere to put it. But I picked up a mount for it. I don't know, a week or so ago, and just threw it on the side of the truck because it's good for all sorts of stuff. For example, I was going around an obstacle between a couple of things, and I got kind of wedged in there, and the side of my truck was right up against this tree. I wasn't sure how I was going to get out without scraping the entire side of the truck. And my friend pulled out his high lift, stuck it in the hitch receiver, and kind of jacked it up on an angle sideways and moved the whole rear end of the truck over so I could get out safely. So that's a really good example of how you can use a high lift. And a high lift can also be used for moving rocks. Don't move rocks, you'll get in trouble. Can be used as a hand winch. If your winch dies, you can use it to manually winch your truck out of the way. So high lifts are a great tool, but they're also sketchy. I've done an entire brake job using a high lift, and it was dangerous. So, yeah. Jeff Jeep Guy, thanks for the super chat, buddy. I'm from the Northwest. Love it. My Jeep changed a bit when I moved here 15 years ago. Now it's more fun to drive the latest as a guide. I guess you're doing some kind of off-road guys or something. That's cool, man. Thank you so much for the super chat. Really appreciate it. The Fern says you can also use a high lift to break the bead on a tire. Yes, that's true. The high lift is such a versatile device. It's super cool. I think it's something everybody should have. Germany in the house. Question that came up while watching the snow videos. Are there kind of winter AT or MT tires available? Most off-road tires are snowflake rated, so they're basically snow rated. But mud tires are generally pretty hard, pretty terrible in snow or ice. I don't know. The beadlock wheels I put on have helped a lot in snow for being able to air down super low, and then you can just get traction where you need it. If it gets icy, throw on some V-bar chains. Thomas Anderson, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate it. Oh, you have a question here too. I was wondering, you have many full-size rigs that go out with you guys? No, not really. It's mostly Jeeps and 4Runners and like mid-size vehicles. I have the occasional full-size that comes out, but not too many. A lot of the trails, we have a lot of trees around here, so most full-size trucks, they're fine for Forest Service roads. dirt roads, but when you start getting onto trails that are tight and whatnot, they're not very useful. Yes, and a 6 runner soon if Clint gets the 6 runner going, which is going to happen for sure. Super excited to see that. This is fun. It's been a while since I answered a bunch of questions and just hung out in the stream and chatted with you guys. Good way to spend an evening, if you ask me. Probably finish up in a little bit here. I got to go and put my daughter to bed, but hang out for a little longer. Hey, Rusty, Rubicon Russ, what's up? How long are you keeping the Gladiator? I'm keeping the Gladiator for a long time, most likely. I still owe a lot of money on it, so I don't think anyone's going to buy it with all the scratches and dents on it, so it'll probably be around for quite a long time. But I love it. I think it's honestly the best. It's my favorite Jeep that I've had. I think it's the best overland platform there is. The only thing I would do if I could would be to upgrade to a diesel, but it's also not necessary really. It's just fun. Definitely trying to run the Rubicon in 2021 if I can get down there. How do you plan what to shoot when you're out? I just shoot what I'm doing. You know, we go out, something scenic or interesting or whatever, we'll pull out the cameras. Just film what happens and put it together in a way that I think is entertaining. And hopefully you guys think is entertaining. Half of the fun is making a video out of it for me. I used to go out off-roading like once a month or so. And then once I started making videos, it became something I do a lot because part of the fun for me is making the videos. Definitely want to hire a camera guy, Colton. Not an editor, I don't think, because editing is kind of where you tell your story, and I don't think I can get somebody to do that the way that I do it, if that makes sense. My editing style and the way I tell my story is the reason for the success of the channel, right? So I don't think anybody can duplicate that. I have to do that myself. But I definitely want to get a camera guy. I've hired friends on several occasions to run camera for me and ride shotgun in the truck, and that makes my life so much easier, and I get much better shots because I can focus on the driving and I can focus on being on camera and talking about what's going on instead of trying to do two things at once, which is super difficult. So I want to hire a camera guy. I'm going to probably post something up in the very near future about that and see if I can find somebody. But it's extremely difficult to find someone who is available kind of on call because I go out on random days and sometimes for multiple days at a time. And I also can't afford to pay somebody a full-time salary, right? I don't make that much money. So, most people have full-time jobs that they're doing, right? So finding someone who's capable of doing that at a competent level that I need, and preferably someone that can also fly a drone as well without crashing into trees and stuff. And we'll do that, a couple of days a week on a daily rate. It's a difficult task. So, but we'll see if we can find somebody. I think it'll make the videos better, get more footage, be able to make longer videos because I can drive and film at the same time, stuff like that. We'll see how it goes. It's kind of the next step, I think. Yeah, without crashing into trees, preferably. Have you ever messed up on the trail driving, paying too much attention to the camera and not the road? I've driven off the road at least 3 times. At least 3 times while flying the drone. So, luckily not on the side of a cliff. But yeah. The people who were with me at the time thought it was hilarious. Luckily I didn't crash into anything. Usually, if I'm flying the drone, I'm driving very slow, so it's fairly safe. Oh no, you lost your drone in the lake last weekend? Oh, but you dried it out and it's okay. That's good. Um, I'm somehow probably the only person who hasn't crashed their drone ever. I have been extremely lucky. I'm really good at flying it, but I recently had to turn off the obstacle avoidance sensors because they were malfunctioning, and you would think that there's obstacles every 10 seconds or so, even though there's nothing there. So now I have to be even more careful. No, I don't use tracking either. I manually control the drone because if you use tracking, I find it tends to be a little bit robotic, and that doesn't come across very cinematic, right? So you want really cinematic, smooth shots. The only way to get that and kind of match your speed right and all that is to manually fly the drone. Yeah. Automotive Films has a 392 Wrangler on order. Man, I'm jealous. That's going to be fun. Uh, are beadlock wheels really worth it? I think is your question. Um, it depends. If you don't go out off-roading that much, I'd say no, because they're expensive. They cost a lot of money to mount them, depending on where you go, I guess. I'm trying to find a cheaper place to do that. Um, I'd say you probably have to go off-roading a lot for beadlocks to be worth it. They're also not street legal, so you can get in trouble from the police. Uh, for me, I'm not like super concerned about that. Um, you know, if I get a fine, I get a fine. Uh, it is what it is. Cost of business, I guess. But beadlocks are great if you do a lot of snow wheeling, which I do. So I've been enjoying them. The only thing I don't like about the ones I got is that the back spacing is for a JK, so they stick out a bit too much for my liking, which can also be a problem with the police because they don't like tires sticking out past the wheel wells. But yeah, I'd say they're not really necessary. They're more of a luxury item if you wheel a lot. Hey Mitch, how's it going? Good to see you. Do you work or collab with Forlow BC? I haven't yet. I talk to those to Bill all the time from Forlow. Great guys, great videos. If you guys aren't subscribed to Forlow BC, definitely go subscribe to them if you like wheeling videos. Good group of guys. We haven't gotten together yet. Saw them out on the trail on the weekend though. We definitely want to get out and do some wheeling together. I'm trying to be very careful right now because of the current world situation with getting together with people, right? So mostly stick to my own little group. We have a lot of guidelines that we're supposed to follow right now. So got enough controversy as it is all the time, doing various things. So, don't want to make anyone unhappy. All right. Well, guys, it's about 9 o'clock. I think we're going to wrap this up. I'm having a great time. We've been doing this for an hour. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me on a Wednesday evening just decided to do this kind of randomly for fun. It's been a great time. And for the people asking about a meetup and whatnot, definitely would love to get together with any of you guys to go wheeling after all the pandemic garbage is over with and we're allowed to meet up with people. So we're going to do something like that for sure. I'm going to go put my daughter to bed and take it evening for the night. But thanks, guys. I appreciate all of you. And we'll be here for Flex Friday tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Pacific. If you guys want to come hang out again with me and Casey and Clint, we're gonna do that. I think unless they're busy, I haven't asked them, but usually we do that kind of thing. Yeah, that's what I got going on. All right. So peace, guys. Have a good night. Have a good evening. Hope you're all having a good week and you go have some fun out on some trails or whatever it is you want to do this week. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.